genre.
Genre.
Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Corey.
And we are
Deep,
Dark,
and Scary.
Welcome to our channel. Welcome back to our channel. I apologize right off the bat for this video and everything else about to come here. It's Sunday evening, Easter evening, and I haven't had any sugar today really, so I really don't have an excuse, I guess, except this movie was awful.
It was terrible.
If you've seen our videos before, you know we are going to break down this cult classic movie challenge that we just watched. This one is going to be more of an overview because there was a freaking lot going on.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep track of it. Mind you, it is my least favorite genre of film ever, I think. So it was really hard for me to watch anyway. And even Corey was getting frustrated with it. So I don't know how great this review is going to be. Just a heads up.
If you've seen this movie before and care to enlighten us on some of the finer points that we have missed, comment below and let us know.
P.S. I don't really care. Because
I'll read it.
I would never watch it again. Oh, I'll read your comment. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I'm never watching this movie again.
And I'm not going to get into a heated argument about...
Hey, if you like it, great.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure this film appeals to a lot of people.
Wide variety. I've
sure.
been criticized before because I am not a fan of the genre.
Oh yeah, people giving me a hard
How
time
can
about
you
it
be a
all the time.
nerd and not like anime?
Oh my gosh. There are different types of nerds.
And growing up, I watched Voltron. I watched Thundercats. I liked the Speed Racer. I liked that stuff. I even Cowboy Bebop.
None of that is really considered anime, is it?
Cowboy Bebop is totally anime.
Okay. See, I never heard of most of those. I
Voltron
watched
was pretty anime.
But never Voltron.
I would say Thundercats and like Transformers were more American anime. But it was that type of stuff. So
it's not my favorite thing.
So looking through the list, I wanted to find something that was from the horror genre, and everything I could find that was on the list was series. And we're not binging a series.
Not at all.
Mm-mm. So
there was very few choices.
There was a ton of movies, very few choices, and one of my criteria was I wanted it at least subbed in English.
Yeah, that...
Or dubbed in English, I should say, not subtitled. I wanted it dubbed in English.
That's hard to find.
So I went looking on Google for anime horror movies, and Batman Ninja came up. I love Batman. And I'm like, okay, so maybe I can stomach this.
It was the longest hour and 20 minutes of my entire life. I try, and Corey will attest to this, I try really hard to put my phone down. A lot of times I'm sending work texts or just checking our Facebook page, just doing a lot of stuff. I like to multitask. But I try really hard, especially for this challenge, to pay attention to the movie, good, bad, or otherwise. This one was really hard. I picked up my phone at least twice.
And we like to basically cliff notes the movie so that we can let you know like the things we thought were funny and what happened and kind of give you an overview. We watch it so you don't have to. And this one, we're just giving you...
Virtually impossible to do with this one.
A really short sum. We're probably spending more time on this intro than what we're going to talk about this movie. So, it's a Batman movie. It's got your classic Batman characters. It's got Two-Face, it's got Harley Quinn, it's got the Joker, it's got Deadshot, it's got Poison Ivy, it's got Penguin, it's got Red Robin, Red Hood, Robin, Darkwing, Catwoman. So yeah, and even Bane is in it. Yeah, for like a second scene. Yeah. It's got Gorilla Grodd, and Grodd. They kept calling him Gorilla Grodd, and I don't like that because I was a huge fan of the Flash series, and Grodd was in the Flash series, so that's what I know him from. I don't know him from the Batman side of the universe. I know him from the Flash side.
I didn't know him at all, so.
So, yeah, it was an all-star cast, but it was such a convoluted story, and there was so much going on that I'm not even going to try to summarize what each of those characters was doing.
Well, they tell you an overview kind of in the beginning. So Batman was thrown through some sort of machine, this time travel machine that Gorilla Grodd had created. And back to, what did they say? Ancient
Japan.
China? Oh, was it Ancient Japan?
Ancient Japan,
okay,
yes.
Sorry. And all of these other characters had previously already been there. Batman literally was held back from going through for what he said was just a few seconds, which equated to 2 years in their time. So by the time he gets there, all of these characters are already there and set up and ready to take over.
It established
this
a
land.
foothold in Japan.
Yeah.
And basically, like, what you see in the beginning is Grodd has his machine set up, and it's the Quake. It was the Quake machine.
Yeah.
It's Quake something. It was Quake, and he activates it, and Batman's trying to stop him, but Batman gets thrown out. Catwoman's there, and she goes in after Grodd. And supposedly all these other characters were already there in Arkham when he sets this thing off. So Batman's out and around, and he's trying to make his way in, and just in those like 20 seconds that he's trying to work his way into the core of this thing, they're already through, and it's the 2-year time span.
So basically they gave each of the other, what are they called? Like antagonists?
Each of the villains,
whatever?
the rogues gallery.
Whatever. Each one gets its own section of this Hell's Valley or
of Japan,
Hell's whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
but
it's all the way around this
Hell's
center
Valley.
Hell's
Yeah.
Valley, and they each have their own little castle they've built based on their character, basically.
And they're all fighting for control.
They all want control.
So, like, Poison Ivy and Penguin are fighting each other for control, or whatever. I may be messing this up, because, honestly, I don't fucking care.
And they don't say too much about it.
It's real quick.
So it's very fast that they kind of flash each of these lands and tell you who's there. And then shows their castle, and then that's it. You don't get any other backstory. You don't get anything else. And then all of a sudden, Batman has to fight Joker, and Joker's the main antagonist in the movie.
And when Batman comes through, he, like we said, he's already 2 years late to the party. Joker's got samurais that are coming to hunt him down, and there's a flyer out for his head. Joker runs the land that he lands in, and he ends up taking down these samurai, and Catwoman sees him and tries to team up with him, and she kind of explains the backstory, like it's been 2 years, whatever, and she takes him to this place, and she's like, it's not much. Well, then Alfred comes out with some tea, and the second I saw a tuxedo, I'm like, oh, it's fucking Alfred. So
he's there too.
Yeah, and he gives him some tea, and then it shows him the Batcave, and the Batmobile's there. So Batman's like, gonna
But
go.
that literally lasts for maybe 5 minutes, because all that gets destroyed right away. Because essentially what I got out of the beginning of the movie is that Joker and Harley Quinn know all Batman's tricks. Like, they can anticipate exactly what his next move is. So they literally have everything set for him to come at them with whatever he's got. And they basically kind of blow him out of the water right off the bat. And so that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the movie until this, which was, I thought was really weird. But all of a sudden this group of bat ninjas show up and they worship the bat god or whatever that's supposed to show up from the future.
There's a prophecy that there's a bat samurai or bat ninja is going to show up or samurai or whatever and help lead them to victory. So when they see him show up with his Batman outfit on, he's the chosen one.
So then it's from there, it's basically just a bunch of battles between Batman and Joker, and then Batman finally meets up with everybody, and then Batman teams up with Gorilla.
He teams up with Gorilla Grodd, and they go to try to get he wants the castle back from Joker. So they meet out in the sea and have a big battle there, and Joker blows everything up, and he thinks he kills Batman too, but he, in essence, killing himself as well. He blows up a powder keg, and
it ends up being an entire double cross anyway, because Gorilla, whatever his name is,
Grodd.
Yeah, so a couple of these villains had pieces to his time machine, so that's what he wanted back in order to control their minds, because between the beginning of the movie and now he has this helmet that mind controls everyone, and that's where the rest of the movie was literally battles between this group and this group, and then this group and this group, and then this group and this group, and then they all get together at the end, and
basically like
Transformer.
Grodd takes over and he's trying to unite them all. And he decides he wants all the shit that they have. Catwoman double crosses Batman, and she tries to she wants to get back to her own timeline, and Grodd's like, yeah, I'll take you back with me. So she's like, I'll help you out. They're going to meet on Hell's Battlefield or Hell's Valley or whatever, and
have this ginormous battle.
And
they do, but like the bat ninjas show up, and then Gorilla Grodd dies, but gives them his little flute thing that calls all the monkeys and controls all these.
He's got like this
monkeys.
Armor of samurai monkeys, yeah.
I'm telling you.
And there was the Joker double cross before that, because Joker. Red Hood's out looking for Joker.
It wasn't really a double cross. Like, they had planned it.
But yeah, Joker's out in this field with Harley Quinn, no makeup on, just his green hair pulled back like samurai style.
After they got blew up, like, he hypnotized himself and Harley Quinn to not remember who they were until this one plant grew
in their field, yeah.
And it was like a...
And there's no idea how much time had passed between all this either.
Yeah, there's no timeline, really.
It's a different art style. It was really weird, and I was having a hard time following at this point. And then you hear, like, Red Hood's, like, gonna kill Joker, and he's like, look, I don't remember anything. Like, I just... and then
Which they really didn't until this plant grew.
And Harley Quinn's like, it's starting to grow. And Batman shows up and tells Red Hood, just leave them. They don't know what's going on. We'll be fine. And as they're walking away, you hear the Joker laughing, like, maniacally. And I looked at her and I go, is that really the Joker? And she's like, yeah. And because I was having such a hard time following at this point. So, yeah, this big battle takes place in Hell's Valley.
Yeah.
All their castles turn into these robots, Voltron style, and then
Transformer style.
Yeah, they
pile together to make this one huge.
Well, it's Voltron style because I'll form the head, I'll form the legs, like.
I don't know Voltron.
Oh, well,
How would I know that?
All these different pieces come together to make one giant robot, or Power Rangers style, I guess.
Don't watch that either.
So yeah, they form this big robot, and the monkeys form together into this big monkey-looking ball thing.
Ninja.
And they go to attack, and then the Joker, like,
They fight.
They
battle.
fight. The Joker
it
starts
breaks
melting
up,
them.
and then they start.
The Bat Ninjas show up.
Yeah, they start falling apart. The monkeys start falling apart. The Bat Ninjas show up, and then they basically carry Batman up to fight Joker. And I was like,
they turn into like this big bat-formed Batman with the gray suit, classic Batman that you know from the movies or the animated
I don't know
stuff.
why they needed to know that. But whatever. Now you know. But the bats literally
This is how horrible this movie is.
fly around and carry Batman up to fight Joker. And Batman kind of figures out in the meantime while they're trying to figure out how to fix things that he needs to go back to his roots and he doesn't need technology to fight Joker and defeat Joker. To me, that was like the moral of the entire movie. Because in the first 15 minutes, he loses all his technology because the Joker and Harley Quinn knew he was going to use it.
Yep.
So then he kind of gets with these bat ninjas and he's like, well, I will learn the ways of a ninja and I will defeat Joker. All right, then. But who saves the day? Two little tiny cute monkeys. Two cute little monkeys. Tiny cute monkeys. Best part of the whole movie. Mm-hmm. They're the best part of the whole movie. They're adorable. And they played the flute and help
Robin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Get all the monkeys there.
And then after all that, they start up the little time. Well, Batman thanks the ninjas, the Bat Ninjas or whatever, and then they start up the time machine, the Arkham Castle. That's the only castle I can remember the name of because it's Arkham Castle. The other ones, no idea. And then he starts it up. They are all inside, and they go back, and and all the bats come and form a bat signal over the mountain, and it's the end of the movie.
I did notice too. There was like every time a new Batman formed, because it's like every time a light bulb went off over his head, he was a new Batman, and they would put a new Batman name across the bottom.
Or
so
it'd be like Japanese lettering
lettering on the side, and then it would say, I can't even remember them anymore.
Well, anytime anyone new is introduced, except for I think Red Hood, it would Robin, Batman, Joker,
Catwoman,
and
whatever.
it would show.
My bad, sorry. I thought that was crazy. I'm like, why is there 10 different Batmans in this movie?
And it's because every time
this
is not his final form
or changed or whatever, then they had to announce whatever Batman was there. Did not like this movie. Will never like this movie. Those little monkeys were adorable. I wanted to hug them. They were so cute.
And we get this. We watch this movie on HBO Max. We have HBO Max through our phone service. Gives us a free subscription, so that's why we watched this one. We're not going to pay for an animated movie, so
never.
Thank you, cell phone provider, for paying for us to watch this shitty movie.
It was so... I can't even tell you how bad it was. But anyone out there that loves anime, you probably like it. If you love Batman, you will probably like it. Like Corey said, he got a little confused in the middle. It is very hard to follow. I took pieces and parts of what I could understand and could follow and kind of develop my own, what I thought the movie was about, because really they're Batman meet Joker, fight, go.
Right. If this were any, and I've seen a few Batman movies that were really good, that were animated. I love animated Batman, but
it's crazy.
Yeah.
This movie was crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe Batman the Animated Series, because it's in short little bite-sized sections.
Yeah. But even that's not so bad. Corey used to watch that not too long ago.
It gets right to the point.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Never again. I would not even give it any stars. I don't know what Corey's opinion of that is.
Half a
maybe,
star.
yeah, I might be generous and give a half a star for the monkeys.
I give it half a star
Seriously.
because it was an entire who's who of the Batman universe.
Yeah, but
They didn't give them much
they
screen
weren't
time.
there.
They weren't.
Like Two-Face was in it most, I think, the most. Two-Face and Catwoman probably had the most screen time. And even at that, there wasn't anything of substance to what they were
They were
doing.
just there to be the pilots of the robots to form the other part. That's the only purpose they served. And then to make it fair, Batman had all of his Robins. All of his Robins and Catwoman just to make up the difference. Catwoman was there because Harley Quinn was there, and you can't have a male beating up a female, so it's okay if Catwoman beats up Harley Quinn.
Right.
She makes that comment, time for a little girl-on-girl action. I go, since when did this become a hentai movie?
Right then, I was like, really? This is what we're putting in these movies now?
Maybe that's the half a star right there, just a little quick.
Because it made Corey laugh. Made me cringe. Made him laugh. Okay, half star.
Oh, Lord.
What is next week? What is next week on this one? So let us know down below what you guys think, if you've seen it, or if it's something you would watch. Let us know. I'm curious to know maybe others' opinions, not just of anime in general, because I know that I have a lot of friends that like anime, and I totally understand why they like it. But I'm curious to know from like maybe some DC comic fans why you would watch this movie. Sounds good. It's my choice, my pick.
Oh my God, and it is Jen's week.
It is my pick. What is it?
Oh, this is going to be great. We're getting back to horror.
Yes. Is it really?
It is.
Oh, you need to tell them.
It is George Romero week.
Oh, I'm excited. Some Dawn of the Dead. So I've probably seen quite a few of these.
So yeah, there's...
so many. Oh, I'm so excited. It's my pick.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Iron City ass kickers. All right. Now we're talking.
And I think some of these will... I think a lot of these look like documentaries, so...
Yeah, we'll probably skip the documentaries. I want to see a good movie.
Yeah.
But
so...
I'm excited. There's some good ones, and there's a couple I haven't
Night of the
seen.
Living Dead. The original Night of the Living
OG.
Dead. Yeah. So, we're...
so excited. All right.
Yes.
I can't wait now.
Ooh.
We might be watching another movie tonight.
Yes. That's going to be awesome.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. If you made it this far, thank you. Because we know this movie was bad.
It was horrible. And anime has always been the last time I did this challenge. I thought it was in 2000, but I guess it was in, or no. I thought it was at the beginning of 2000. I guess it was in 2019 when I did it. Anime week was horrible for me. And Ichi the Killer episode 0 was actually my pick because I'd seen Ichi the Killer, which is a Takeshi Miike film. It was a really good Japanese horror movie. So I'm probably going to have her watch it. Maybe I'll have her do a review of Ichi the Killer. But I picked the anime because I was familiar with the movie, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of get into this. Nice. But yeah, this is George Romero week. I'm so excited. Yes.
Again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please follow our Facebook page, like and subscribe, and...
beat the shit out of that bell.
And share with your friends if you think it's something they might like or might have some good ideas for us to do, see, try, whatever.
We might even set up a Facebook page. We have one for our other channel. But we try to keep that G-rated so we don't put much from this channel. So, we'll set up a Facebook page. so that you guys can see when we have new videos out.
Absolutely. Love to interact with y'all. Say hi.
We can do our live streams on
Yeah.
Facebook, and all our fans can be there.
Absolutely. And if you do follow us on our other page, we will be doing stuff next weekend. Concert, I think.
Another concert.
Yeah, so.
And we've got some munch packs on the way. We got some new
Yes.
pudding that we're going to try for a little
Yeah.
video over there. So check out that channel. I'll link to it below too.
That's kind of
Corey
a
and Jen
scary
do
thing.
stuff.
I'm very, very scared for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird colors.
Maybe we'll
and
put it over here since it's a little scary.
I'm scared. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you
Bye.
later. Bye.